Good morning, race fans. I'm John Baldwin, and this is In the Marbles. But what I want to talk to you about today is a little different. I've been watching the Mark Martin, his new podcast on the Kenny Wallace YouTube channel, and like his insight's great. It's really cool inside information about how things done. Plus, his perspective as being one of the more respected racers over the last 30 years. It's really cool to kind of get the inside story. It's great. I'm a big fan. And but what can I say? I mean, right now what they're talking about, and I literally paused the video so I could record this because I do think it's important to acknowledge the Cleetus McFarland effect, and it had a personal effect on me because I had drifted away from motorsports over the last, from like 2015 to 2020. I was kind of drifting out of it. It just wasn't as exciting anymore. Um, it wasn't speaking to me. Now, I was also super busy. I was always doing open houses on Saturdays and Sundays, so I wasn't able to watch live, and it wasn't as easy to catch it on YouTube later or something like that. I had drifted away, and then I found all these YouTubers, a ton of them. And I'll go down the list, but I just want to thank all these YouTubers, and there are probably a good dozen or more, and I'll probably forget some of them. But they made motorsports and racing fun again. They made cars and fabrication fun again. They got, they hooked me. I love it. I started watching Cleetus McFarland a while ago because it's fun, it's silly, it's car culture that you can just enjoy without being, I don't know, without worrying. It's just fun. And I think that's what a lot of racing had forgotten, that it's supposed to be fun. And especially as a fan, you want it to be fun, that you're enjoying it and not feeling like it's just, a letdown. And so I really do feel that these YouTubers gave me that joy in automotive stuff again, joy in racing again. I got sucked into watching all the Cleetus drag racing, and go and watch Cleetus's channel. Go all the way back and start from the beginning and just watch everything so you can kind of understand. He's not just some YouTuber who does silly skits or stuff. He's a legitimate drag racer. They started out building their own cars. Now they're at the point where they can hire other people to build their cars, but they're still doing some of them. They'll do the cheap car challenge with like Lumberjack, what is it, a 73 El Camino that's rusted out. You could literally see its, whole body flexing as it's going down the track, but it's got a 5.3 LS and a big turbo on it, and it kind of hauls ass. So what can I say? They made drag racing fun, and then in 2020 during COVID, I was one of the first people to sign up. I have the T-shirt for the Cleater crew to sign up for Freedom Plus and the whole all the races for Cleetus McFarland, because watching a bunch of YouTubers or drag racers, even NASCAR drivers or circle track racers, or you name it, getting into a bunch of Crown Vics, stock Crown Vics, and racing on a 3/8 oval track, it was fun. It was silly. It was goofy, and that I think was missing. When let's jump forward a little bit. Ryan Preece, professional NASCAR driver, was in the Connecticut race. What did they call that? I forget the name of the track, but it's the Connecticut, the New England 900 is what they call it. And he won. And one of the things that he said after the race that I thought was amazing was that this was the most fun he'd had in a car in a long time, because he didn't have to worry about maintenance. He didn't have to worry about sponsorships or anything. He could just go out, drive the wheels off the car, and he won. And it was a great race. And so bringing the fun back to motorsports, bringing the giant smiles and goofiness back to motorsports, watching burnout competitions, and yeah, it's silly. You're just blowing the cars off. I mean, the tires off of a car, but how much fun is that? Isn't that what, like, it's basically a backyard car party with a bunch of your friends goofing around, and they put it on YouTube, and he got so many people back into motorsports because, as I said before, he made racing and fabrication and automotive stuff fun again. And I want to go down the list because, I mean, yeah, you got Cleetus McFarland, his real name Garrett Mitchell, and all those guys. You got like people like Adam LZ, Taylor Ray, Derek Bieri, Vice Grip Garage. I never miss a Vice Grip Garage episode, and I will rewatch some of them because it's just awesome. What can I say? I love the resurrecting of old cars and bringing them back, and just, I think it's fun. There's Stay Tuned with Tony Angelo. There's David Freiberger and Michael Finnegan and Roadkill, and now they both have their own YouTube channels. And there are so many more people that are on this YouTube ecosystem that have made racing, car fabrication, car culture fun and not as serious and not only business. It is, yeah, we're going to go out and race, and if we lose, okay, then we pick our stuff up and we do it again next week. And it just got me back in because I have loved racing since I was a little kid. Now, I wasn't a car racer. I was a swimmer. So very different, I admit it. But there's something about racing that's just a little different than other sports. And for NASCAR, I think they got a little too serious. I think they chased after, let's see if we can get all these new people, and they forgot about the people that made them the sport that they were. And this is actually not just something that happened in NASCAR and racing. This has happened across many industries, specifically movies, books, video games, you name it. They all decided to chase after a future audience that may or may not exist, and they forgot their core fans, who are the ones that spend the money and do their word of mouth marketing to their friends, family, and people that they're around, saying, hey, you got to watch this. This is a race you need to see. So I do feel like they got away from, and this, again, this is not just NASCAR. This happened across all industries, like for entertainment. They were all chasing this mythical new audience that we need to bring in all these new people, but they forgot what got them there. And I think that definitely impacted them because you chased away the people that were the ones that bought the tickets and spent the money to chase after the people who never cared for your sport to begin with. So I do think that them bringing Cleetus McFarland in is a huge benefit for the sport because, again, Cleetus he's fun. He's entertaining. Like his interview with Caitlin Vincent after the, I think it was the Daytona race for ARCA, where he got, crashed out, and, like a bald eagle coming down the first stretch, freaking brilliant, viral. And, yeah, it's unexpected, but he just slipped into the character and just kind of rolled with it. And it was fun. It was hilarious. And then, you see him talk about something serious and you realize that he's not this goofball. He's that's why he can kind of slide into the Cleetus persona a little bit, and then it'll slide back to being Garrett Mitchell. So what can I say? Thank you, Garrett Mitchell. Thank you, Derek Bieri. Thank you, Freiberger and Finnegan. And Tony Angelo and all these YouTubers who they've made car culture, racing, fabrication. I've learned more about little things that I never knew about it in engines and suspensions and car fabrication that I didn't know before just by watching these guys. So I love the learning side of it. I love the fun side of it. I love the racing side of it. So I just want to say thank you to, all these YouTubers who are doing the heavy lifting to make racing and car culture fun again. Let's say, Tom Bailey and the Sick Week stuff is awesome, and all these drag and drive events. And there's so much I could keep going. This video is almost 10 minutes already, so I'm going to stop here. But what can I say but thank you, and we're a month out from the Daytona 500. Talk to you soon.